Today is a rare occasion. I got to go shopping all by myself. As a mom of 3 littles, 4 and under, this rarely happens, but it just worked out this way. I had a dentist appointment this morning, so I left the kids at the daycare at my husband's workplace, and I got to enjoy an entire morning all to myself, more or less. I grew up eating food from scratch out of necessity. My family were missionaries in a third world country, so most things we had to make ourselves. While I grew up cooking from scratch out of necessity, it's definitely not a necessity now that I live in America. Yet I still choose to cook from scratch because it's healthier and a more frugal choice. Buying healthy food on a budget can be difficult, so I'm trying to adhere to the EWG Clean 15 Dirty Dozen rule to stay within our budget. The Environmental Working Group puts out a list of 15 foods that you don't have to buy organic because they don't come into contact with as much pesticides. The Dirty Dozen are the 12 foods that you ought to buy organic if you are going to buy them because they come into contact with a lot more pesticides. For all other foods, the rule of thumb is if you're going to eat the skin, buy organic. I grabbed a bunch of organic canned beans for when I need to throw together a quick meal. I grabbed some natural peanut butter because they didn't have dry roasted peanuts, which I used to make peanut butter with. I also like shredding my own cheese to avoid additives, so I grabbed a bunch of Great Value mozzarella for pizzas. I don't usually buy cereal, but my husband wanted some, so I grabbed a box for him. And there's some more blocks of cheddar cheese, the white kind, to avoid the dye. We've been making so much potato soup, so I grabbed a lot of organic potatoes. Dairy has been the last thing in our switch towards healthier food. I have a source to get raw milk. I just haven't done it consistently, so until then, I still give my kids pasteurized milk. We eat peas once a day at least. They're cheap and an easy side to make. I buy non-organic sweet peas because they are one of the Clean 15. Non-organic carrots are also another one of the Clean 15, so I grabbed a 4-pound bag of them since this was the cheapest per ounce. My husband loves apple cider, so I grabbed some plain apple juice with no sugar added. Great Value plain Greek yogurt is another staple at our house. Oats, we use these for granola bars and no-bake cookies in the warmer months. And there's some more apple juice and white vinegar for cleaning and another thing of milk. I'm sure there's some debate on whether sparkling water is healthy, but we like to have some on hand for our more celebratory meals over the weekend when my husband is home and for upset stomachs. Organic peppers, I like to have these on hand as veggies for our meals with beans. Non-organic lemons, and there's another thing of peppers. Lemons are a good acid to level up the flavor of pretty much any meal. I also grabbed some organic mini peppers because they didn't have enough sweet ones. There's some more peas. Pasteurized eggs. Someday I'll have my own chickens in the backyard, but for now, this is what I buy. Organic apples. We eat them as a quick snack, or I make apple butter with them to go with my sourdough pancakes for a fun fall twist. Organic grass-fed 93% lean ground beef. We use this for tacos, chili, and beef sausage for pasta or pizza. I like to cook and bake with single origin olive oil since it's a cheaper clean option than a good clean butter. There's some more oats and more oil. Unbleached parchment paper for baking. Organic tortilla chips. I like to have these on hand for our Sunday meals so I can throw together a quick meal. More apples and some non-organic bananas for my 1-year-old. He's still getting used to solids, so I keep these on hand for when he doesn't like dinner. The next 2 things are in no way healthy, Coke and Oreos, but we have a Sunday school activity that we are going to, and I won't have time to make something, so Coke and Oreos it is. Although I cook almost everything we eat from scratch, I do believe in having balance and buying processed things to save some of my sanity. I'm gonna get the fridge clean and some of these things put away before making some lunch and heading out to get the kids. I have some leftover potato soup that I'm going to throw in my Instapot on the keep warm setting to warm it up while I drive in and pick up the kids, so that all I have to do when I get back is dish it up with some sourdough bread and we have a cozy warm lunch. I'm very grateful to have leftovers to warm up today. I might just make a habit of making sure that I have something to simply warm up when I go shopping so that I don't have to think about food when I get back from the store. I'm also going to add a little bit of water to my potato soup just to keep the soup from burning. Thank you all so much for watching this video. If you found this video helpful, please like or subscribe so that others can find this video too. And I'll see you all next time with more homemaking videos.